Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Dingell.
Mr. Hayward, you had two choices, using single casing or tieback. The risks are substantial associated with single casing, which is what BP chose. Please answer yes or no. Can you assure us that under oath that was not a decision made to save time and money?
I wasn't part of that decision-making process.
I'm sorry?
I was not part of that decision-making process. So I can't possibly know the basis on which that decision was taken.
How much money was saved by using the single string casing?
I believe the documents refer to a sum of, I think $7 to $10 million, and they also refer to the fact that the casing would have longer-term integrity as a long string.
Please submit that for the record. How much time was saved?
I don't recall the time that was saved. There would have been some time saved.
Would you submit that for the record, please? Now, you had the option of using a number of centralizers to keep the casing in the center of the borehole. Halliburton recommended 21. You ultimately chose to use 2. Can you tell us under oath that the decision to use 6 centralizers instead of the recommended 21 was not made to save time and money? Yes.
I was not involved in that decision, so it's impossible for me to answer that question.
All right. Can you tell us how much money BP saved by not using the proper number of centralizers?
I'm afraid I can't recall that.
Would you submit that for the record? How much time was saved?
And I don't recall that either, I'm afraid.
Please submit that for the record. You at BP decided not to conduct a cement bond log, an acoustic test to find out whether the cement was bonded to the casing and surrounded formations, despite Mineral Management Service regulations. Can you state under oath that, to the committee, that BP did not decide against using the cement bond log to save time and money? Yes or no?
My understanding, from what I've read, again I was not involved in the decision making, is that the team on the rig, the Transocean team, the BP team and the Halliburton team concluded that they had sufficient evidence that the cement job was good, and therefore decided not to use the cement bond log. Does
that mean yes or no?
It means I can't answer your question in that form.
How much would this test have cost BP?
I can't recall that number, I'm afraid.
Please submit for the record. How long would the test have taken?
Of the order of hours, I believe, but I'm not certain.
Please submit that for the record. Would BP, now, you were supposed to engage in circulating drilling mud in the well bottom when the case is on the bottom and before cementing. This is referred to as bottoms up. Did BP fully circulate the mud? Yes or no?
I don't believe the mud was fully circulated. The process that the team on the rig were following was in line and approved by the MMS.
Thank you. Did BP, can you assure us under oath again that the decision not to fully circulate the mud was not made to save money and time?
I can't answer that question because I wasn't there.
Thank you. How much money did avoiding this procedure save?
I'm afraid I can't recall.
Would you submit for the record, please? How long would the fully circulating of the mud have taken?
I'm afraid I can't recall that either.
Would you submit that for the record, please? Now, BP made the decision not to install a casing hanger lockdown sleeve. Can you assure the committee under oath that the decision not to install such lockdown sleeve was not made to save time and money?
That was a decision I was not party to.
How much did the installing of the lockdown sleeve save BP?
I don't know.
How much time did installing the lockdown sleeve save?
I'm afraid I don't know that either.
Now, you have received a letter from the chairman of the subcommittee and the full committee asking a series of questions. When will the committee have the response to that letter?
You'll get it as soon as we can make them available to you.
Now, did BP have an emergency response plan in the event of a failure?
An emergency response plan or a spill response plan?
Sorry?
Congressman. Sorry, what was the question, please?
Did you have a response plan in the event of a failure at the well?
We had a response plan which we have...
What was the date of that response plan?
The response plan was last approved, as I recall, in June of 2009.
Please submit to us the date of the response plan and the number of times which it was updated and who it was that did the formulation of the plan. Please inform us for the record whether or not that plan was approved by the Mineral Management Service and on what date. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'll look forward to seeing those answers in the record.
Thank you, Mr. Dingell.